Hey y'all, are you ready for some New York beauty? I'm excited. I really thought that I was going to be able to get like a head start, just to kind of show you something. Yeah, I got two blocks cut. So I have my number one ready to go and my number two. Although I doubt that I'll get, through all this, but you never know. Yeah, it's good to be prepared, right? Um, So, if you have no idea what I'm doing here tonight, I am going to be sewing up one of these guys. Um, I wrote this as a Christmas New York beauty. Sorry about the printing. I need to change my ink in my printer, but that doesn't affect the pattern at all. Just the printout. So anyways, if you are sitting over there and going, I think I'm just going to watch because it's too hard. I can't do it. Nonsense. Peeps, you can absolutely do this. You can FPP, foundation paper piece, and you can certainly do curves. I'm going to show you all of this over the next 2 to 3 weeks, probably at least 3 weeks, because I don't want to rush anything. And also, I have to go pick Jim up at the airport tonight. So I'm only going to be going for max 2 hours, just letting y'all know. And so here we are. We're gonna be doing this tonight, y'all. We're gonna be doing this. So let me go up to the top and say hey to everybody. I did come in a little bit earlier and kind of said hey to a couple people, but I'll go ahead and say hey out loud. We have Dawn here, Nancy Gus is here, Linda Denton, Tracy Albert. We have MJ here. Bettina is here. Sherry's here. Gina is here. Gina, you got to tell us how you feeling, honey. Marianne is here. Pam's here. We have Mona here who retracted a message. And Mona, I don't like that. What'd you say, chickie? I'm like one of those people that you can't say, you can't like start like a cryptic conversation and not continue. I'm sorry, what? Yeah, anyway. Hi, Mary Jane. We have Nancy. I'm pretty sure that's Nancy LaVenture. You're welcome, Nancy. And, oh, I don't think I turned my ringers off and stuff. Sorry, y'all, if y'all hear a bunch of stuff. Tracy loves the entrance song. Me too. Y'all have no idea. I'm sitting over here just rocking it out before we start. Jewel is here. Hi, Jewel. Marie is here. Sorry, Marie. Lori is here. Hi, Lori. Gnome Gato is here. We have Sherlock Sews. We have, oh, my thing popped down. Kim Artman is here. We have Tracy Richmond Shike. Is that right? I might have done that wrong. Let's see. MJ is cross-stitching as an excuse for not sewing. Paula is here. Deborah's here. Linda Foose is here. Susan from Ontario is here. You typoed. I would still know what it is. Gina had her first physical therapy today. She's a little wiped out. She's relaxing and crocheting. Excellent. That's what you should be doing. Okay, so I think I caught up. You guys, please give me a thumbs up if you love getting free patterns. I'm so excited to do this. I love doing New York beauties. I'm keeping it pretty safe with this particular one. Typically, I just go crazy with choosing fabrics. But I thought, you know what? I'm going to stick to a Christmas, and I have 2 different ones that I'm planning to do. And I figure what I can do is maybe do a front back of like the same sort of thing. And so we could flip it if we want. I don't know what I'm going to do. So anyway, here is one of the fabrics I'm going to use. And it is a Christmas fabric. I got it. I think I got this last year. I will read the selvage so that you know what it is, because I know everyone's going to be asking. Okay. This is Starlit Hollow by, I'm going to say the name wrong because I know that it's going to be pronounced some other way and I don't know how to do it. But I'm going to say Sean, S-I-A-N, but I have no idea if that's right. Sean Summer Haze for Dashwood Studio. And there are two colorways in this. So this is the blue one. I'm just going to say blue, even though it's really like a sort of teal. So here's the first one. Hopefully there's not too much light on that. And here is the second one. They're really pretty. And here is number 3. Number 4. Number 5. Number 6. Number 7. And finally, number 8. So that's the blue colorway. I don't know where I'm going to put all this. And then what I'm going to be working with tonight is the red colorway. And there's number 1. Number 2. It does have some gold in there, a little bit of gold. Number 3. Number 4. What's the matter, Scout? You just had dinner. I made sure I fed y'all before we started. I don't even know what number this is. I lost track of numbers. This is the next one. I got distracted by a kitty cat over here who thinks he's starving. I feed them all day long. I mean, y'all have no idea. And this is the last one. Okay, so that's the fabric I'm going to work with. Put that one up here. And I have my templates. I have, like I said, I've cut out the ones for block 1 and block 2. And I am ready to get started. Now, I did not press my fabric or do any of that stuff. I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna, if I have like a little crease in it from a fold, then I'll just pop it under the iron real quick and do that. Otherwise, I'm just gonna cut and go. Let's see. I know I missed some people. I'm sure more people have come in, and then we'll get started. Well, I don't know what just happened there. Oh, hold up 1 second. Does it come back? Oh, I think a kitty cat ran over it. Hold on. Yep, that's what happened. That's okay. Y'all are okay. It's all right. It's not a big deal. Y'all do the weirdest things. I don't. They turned off the power cord. Somebody did, anyways. Okay, let's see. Oh, thanks, Nancy. Nancy loves my Vlogmas. Me too. So far, I'm having a great time with it. I've only made 1 video. Hi, Gloria. Gloria is here. Nancy Guess is here. Yes, please show YouTube that you love me with a thumbs up. Also, subscriptions would be great too. If you're not already subscribed, please won't you consider it? It doesn't cost you anything, but gosh, it helps me out a whole lot. Let's see. Oh yeah, see, I did that on purpose. I was all like, I'm gonna do a blue. Hi Denise. Denise White is here. Sherry says, okay, well, I was going to sew, but can't find the fabrics I wanted to use, so I guess I'll keep an eye on the chat. Okay. Karen Turner is here from Canada. Craft a Simple Life is here. I think the hardest part for me is figuring out how much fabric I need and how many different cuts to use for this project. What do you suggest? Well, the thing with FPP is, like, I do give you, I give you an idea of like how much you would need. Like, let's say you were going to use 6 fabrics. Okay. If you're going with solids, then I would pick like dynamically different, because the colors will pop a little more, unless you're wanting it to blend more, and then you can do things that are like pretty similar, in value. I mean, it just depends on it depends on what you're going for. When I'm doing a typical New York beauty, honestly, like, I just pull all kinds of fabric off the shelf, and I don't even, I mean, I try to make sure that, like, you know, their values all go together. But if you're using like lots of different prints, you'll be amazed at how amazing it looks whenever you're done. So I mean, personally, I usually don't plan too much. I do one block at a time, and I just kind of go, I think I'm going to put this here and this here and this here and this here. Now, this one, for the Christmas one, I think I'm going to try to stick to one color in each one. And I want to see how it's going to come out. And honestly, I don't ever think about it too much. I just don't. I don't know. So if you're a person who likes to completely plan everything, and you could do that, I think the biggest thing would be to just make sure that you like the palette as you lay it out. And then I go, like, each block, I sit there and I go, okay, like, I think I'm going to put X fabric right here. Now put it on all of the ones that are the same color according to the picture, right? Or just lay it, I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I kind of think that New York beauties look so much better when you just don't think about it too much. Don't overthink it. Just go for it. Let's see. Don't have enough Christmas, so it's gonna be Libs Elliott. You go, girly. Oh, that's gonna be gorgeous. I love Libs Elliott. Okay. Linda says, do you have snow there? If you mean me, we had some snow on Tuesday, but it's gone. I mean, yesterday it was in the 60s, for goodness sakes. So it's crazy. It's like within a day or two, the snow is all gone. In fact, by that night, all the snow was gone from my driveway. It's like the perfect thing. I love it. Kathy Warren is here. Hi, Kathy. I don't think I've ever seen your name before. Welcome. Kim is sitting at a craft market. It's tonight and tomorrow. Awesome. That sounds like fun. Nancy Quinn is here from New Hampshire. Laurie's here. And okay, so let's get started. I'm going to change my camera so now you can kind of see my work area. I'm going to move this over, and so what I have done is number one, I thought was like the easiest one. So I am going to work on number one. It only has 3 pieces in it. So you'll have the inside curve, the outside curve, and then the main piece, right? So those are the pieces that you should have. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to work on this guy, right? Okay, so I'm going to move these over. Just kind of keep them together with my Wonder Clip so that I don't lose it. And literally, this is what I do. I sit here and I go, all right, so since I'm keeping this one a little bit simple, I think I'm going to keep it just the way it is on the pattern, where I try to, like, if you print it in color, you can see that there, like 10 and 13 are actually different colors. It's just, it's slightly different, but it is different colors. So what they had suggested for this was to kind of alternate colors. I hate doing this backwards on here. So to alternate colors on here. So this will be A1 and A7 and A13 and A16, 19 are going to be the same color. And then 4, 10, and 16 are going to be the same color. If you're going by this, if you want to just start throwing colors down, patterns down, all of that, yay, and I want to see it. But if you're following the way this is working, then that's what you would do, okay? So that's what I'm sort of going to do. I'm going to kind of play it safe with this one, just for the Christmas stuff. Now, the prints that are on my fabric are large. Otherwise, I would probably try to do like a little bit of fussy cutting and, you know, make certain things. I've seen people like totally like fussy cut, just perfection, and go like all the way around a New York Beauty. So listen, anytime if you have a large enough space or a small enough focal pattern and you have the time to sit and fussy cut all that, it's well worth it. It looks gorgeous. But I'm doing this on camera, so I'm just going to not do that. Let's see. Christina Cunningham is here. And Sheila's here. Tamala Hannah's here. Okay, Pam Claire's here. Linda Lindsay's here. I don't think I said hey to y'all yet. Oh, you're fine. Listen, I mean, sometimes a big stash can be completely overwhelming. So I don't know. It's like I just think that these things look so much better if you don't think about it too much. Yeah. Karen Mewis is here. Nick Stitch is here. Nick Stitch Sew is here. Hi. Okay, so let me get started on my fabrics. I am going to, I think I'm going to put, I might flip it around because I like how the A2, 5, 8, 11, 14, and 17 is like a white background. And I think I'm going to use like this one there. And then next to it, see, that has like deer, and I think next to it, I'm going to put this one, which means that I want A1 to be the darker and the A4 to be a lighter instead of how it sort of looks on the paper. So that's what I'm going to do. So I think I'm going to put this one, and then the darker one I'm going to use that one. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Oh, wait, that one is kind of there. No, I don't want to do that one. I'm going to do this one. Okay, so what I will do to help myself out is, well, one, the clip went flying. I'm going to take a regular pen. Don't use your friction pen, because as soon as you iron something, all of your notes are going to go away. All right, and you're going to take your template and you're going to write which fabric goes in each one. This is so that when you're sewing, you almost don't even have to think about it, okay? The other thing is, once you have it written on here, then you cut the fabrics in the order in which you will be sewing them on. That way you're like, oh, the next one, and then the next one, and the next one, and you don't have to think about it so much. Okay, so I decided that on A1, I am going to use this guy. So I'm going to call this, I'm going to call it, I mean, I would do rabbit fox, but I'm going to end up writing for like an hour, but I'm going to do that. Okay, so rabbit fox, A7, rabbit fox, A13, rabbit fox, and 19, rabbit fox. Okay, so then for A4, I decided on this one. So I'm going to call this one tree, because it's the only one that I am using right now that has this lovely little tree on it. So I'm going to write tree. A10 is tree, and A16 is tree. Okay, now for A2, I was going to put this guy, and it's the only one that has a dove on it for this particular piece. So I'm going to write dove. A2, A5, A8, 11, 14, and 17. And then this one is going to be in A3. I'm just going to call this one ornate. I don't know. As long as I know what it is, that's what counts. Okay, so I'm going to write it on 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and 18. Okay, so now I'm ready to cut my fabrics. And what I'm going to do is, so I start with number 1, so I'm going to go to the bottom. That's rabbit fox. Okay, I'm going to say it for the millionth time. Do not cut your fabric too small. I will say this till I am blue in the face. People will still try to cut the smallest piece of fabric they possibly can. And then inevitably, it's way too small. Either it's not going to cover their area, or it's going to annoy the poop out of them because you have to try to get it to just so perfect. And until when I finally get that person to actually cut, I'm not saying like a 2 foot by 4 foot piece of fabric. But seriously, guys, when I finally get people to actually do that, you can see just the stress leaving straight off their face. Just don't cut it so close. I'm telling you, it's just going to make you nuts. The people who say they hate tiny piecing, it's because they're trying to cut their piece as tiny as the piece that's going to... That's not how you piece, peeps. That's not how you piece. That's not how you piece. If you try to do that, that's why you're going nuts. That's why you're going nuts. Okay? Now, when you trim, if your piece was so big and you have this big piece left over, you could probably use it somewhere else. So, nobody's saying waste all your fabric, but also don't go gray while you're trying to finish a project. Okay? All right. Let's see. Who do we have? Jill is here. Yep. Once you start doing it, that's whenever you really, really start loving FPP. I mean, I'm just telling you, it's the absolute truth. Okay, so if you like to, keep your fabric to, using your fabric to a minimum, no problem. You can try to do a little measurement. Like if you're gonna like look at this and go, okay, I want that piece, and yeah, I don't want to cut it too small, but I don't want to cut it too big either. If you measure, let me find my ruler here. If you measure like across it, okay, make sure you're adding, and I'm really not kidding here, especially if you're sort of new, okay, ½ inch on either side, because technically you need at least ¼ inch anyway, okay? So when you're measuring this, I want you to measure it at least ½ inch larger than what you see as the measurement across, okay? So if I actually did measure this, and I'm looking at A4, I would say, personally, I would say 3 inches across, at least, and 5 inches up and down. For your first piece, you can make it, you can kind of get it closer if you want, but I still want extra fabric because you're gonna be nuts. You're gonna go nuts, I'm telling you. So that's how I would measure those pieces if you're going to be doing like exact pieces. Me, I just wing it. I cut a piece, okay? So I don't measure anything. Okay, so if I'm looking at number 1, all I do is I put my piece right on top, and I notice that there's selvage, so I want to go beyond the selvage, and I see where that is, and I'm just going to go a little bit bigger, and I'm going to start it there. Oop, I forgot to cut the bottom one. And down to here, because that's what I'm going to do. And then I just cut it. I just eyeball to where that other side is, and then cut it. All right, and then I take that piece, and the first thing I'm going to do is cut the selvage off. That way, whenever I go to piece, I know that I'm not having to worry about that selvage. If you keep your selvage, cool beans, keep it in a spot. Otherwise, you can just chuck that. And then put that piece of fabric face down. Okay, and then we're going to kind of scooch it over a little bit, because now I'm going to go to my A2 piece, which is the dove. That's this guy. Okay, so I'm just going to open up my fabric. And when I'm cutting fabric, I always start on the side with the selvage that doesn't have the name of the fabric on it. That way later on down the line, whatever I still have, I know what it is. You know, so the last thing I do is get rid of what's on the other selvage. Okay, so now this one, same thing. I'm going to kind of place it there. And this is, you know, this one is where I'm going to definitely need to have my my seam allowance. So I'm going to cut just a tiny bit bigger. All right. Then I'm just going to finish cutting across. And then up this way. Whoop. I didn't quite cut it all. And then I'm going to cut the selvage off. And you can get real close to the you know, where the needle holes are, because this is going to be in a selvage somewhere anyway. So you don't have to get it like, you know, oh, it's exact. You really don't. So I'm going to put that face down on top of the first fabric. Now my A3 is the ornate one, just this guy. Okay, and this is number 3, so I'm going to do same kind of thing. And I'll cut the selvage off. And face down on the other two. And then my A4 is the tree, which is this guy. Now, this would look a whole lot neater if I were like actually able to go and use my, you know, so this big pile of fabric wouldn't be like that. I usually keep them like laid out flat and then I just fold them as I go. So that's a much better way to go. I just don't have the room right here. So it does look like I have this giant pile of fabric, which I do. But you could totally be very neat about it. That's normally what I'll do. On my cutting mat, I will have all of the fabrics in order if possible. And then I just keep flipping and I cut and then I flip and then I cut. That's what I do. Okay, so I'm going to cut this one. And I'm going to put that, well, cut the selvage. Almost forgot. Tell you what, that light comes in handy sometimes. You can see everything through there. All right, face down on the other fabrics. And then now I am back to, let's see, A5 is the dove. So I'm going to hunt for my dove here. Here it is. And I'm just going to, I'm going to go this way. So hopefully I don't go into the, I don't have to worry about that crease. Even though, you know, I can press it. It's not a big deal. I already know the length because I have it right here. So I'm just going to go there. And face down. The next thing I need is ornate. And that's right here. But where's the other side? Oh my goodness, y'all. I'm telling you, things we do for the camera. Okay. Now I'm going to put that here. And I'm going to go to about there. And go across, face down. The next one is Rabbit Fox. This is my first guy. Nope, it's not the first guy, it's this guy. Okay. And you know, the great thing about cutting your fabric like this is also like once you get started sewing, then you're just sewing is great. You could do that this whole little piece right there and just sewing. And that's how I feel about whenever you pre-cut like all your fabrics and stuff. Yes, it's a pain in the booty to do it, but oh my goodness, like once you get to just start sewing, it's amazing. I love it. Okay. Next, I am going to have Dove. And that's this guy. Oh, keep remembering my coffee is over here. We end up throwing all of my fabric in my coffee. Okay. So this is number 8. Face down. Number 9 is ornate. And or did I just do that? Oh, there it is. See, this is why I like to cut on the back of the fabric. You can see it much better. Face down. I haven't been cutting off the selvage on these pieces. Hi, Nita. Rabid fox. Oh, awesome, Mary Jane. Yes. See, Mary Jane, she's like an expert FPPer. She'll tell you. Okay, which one was that one? That was 9. So next is tree. Here it is. And there we go. Face down. Number 11 is dove. That's this one. It's also a lot better if you know, let's say you're working with a fat quarter. That would have been great. These are 1 yard cuts. That's why it's like totally all, it's crazy. Okay, so here we go. This guy, I have to press this one. I think my magic juice is left over there. I'm gonna have to go get it. Because I have like a big pressing station, and then I got the one that I work on with you guys. All right, let me get this warmed up. Come on. You know what I need to do is I bought a new Rowenta. Oh, it's right there. At least that one, it stays hot. I have never, not that I remember anyway, I have never like left my iron just going. So I'm pretty good at that. So I like whenever it just stays on. All right, so I'm gonna put that face down. And I forgot what number I'm on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so ornate is next. And I think I kept going this way on this one by accident. All right. No worries. All right. Need to kind of press this one a little bit. Face down. And then rabbit fox, or a rabid fox, whatever you want to call it. And let's put that there. And this one's going to need a little press. And face down. Dove is next. Face down. Then ornate. I'm going to give this one a little bit of a press. Face down. Then I need the tree. There it is. I was like, I don't see the tree. He left. This needs a little press. Face down. Okay, Marianne. No worries. Okay, and then I need Dove, which is this guy. All right, face down. Then ornate. And the last one, rabbit fox. This guy. Sorry. I was like, what is that on there? Sorry about that. I totally threw the fabric right over the camera. Okay, so let me, just gonna quick kind of fold this up just so it's not a big old giant mess. I'll do a better job after I'm off the camera. Okay. So the one thing, or another thing I should say, that you're going to learn is how to deal with those pesky, crazy angles, okay? Because that is another thing on, oh, let me go get my magic juice. Hold on. Okay. Magic juice. So there are times when you're going to be sewing something, and if you try to just put the fabric on like just straight and thinking that when it folds over it's going to be in the right place, and then it's never in the right place. I don't know how, but at some point I finally realized what I could do, so that I would know exactly where that fabric is going to go. Now, that helps you with fussy cutting, helps you with a whole bunch of different things. Now, I'm sure somebody out there already knew that, but I could not find it on the internet or anywhere. And then one day I just had this crazy epiphany. So I'm sure somebody out there already knew, but I didn't. So I'll be showing you that. All right, so now we're going to take our fabric and we're going to just flip it over, right? So now they're in the perfect order of how you want them to go in your placement, okay? Okay, so your first piece, well, here's how you should look at this. This side of your template is the wrong side, okay? So this side, it's going to look completely Craytown, all right, by the time you're done. This side, where there's nothing there, this side is going to be your pretty side. This is going to be the side that everybody's going to see when you're done, okay? So in your mind, you need to remember that everything on this side should look pretty, okay? Now, the very first fabric is the only one that we don't flip over and press, okay? So this first one is just, you're going to put it on there with the pretty side on this side of your template, okay? Everything else, you're going to be putting the fabric that you're putting on the, that you're adding, it's going to go right sides together with the piece that you're working on. In other words, when you're looking at it to put it on your template, it's going to be pretty side facing you. All right. Not only that, but whatever piece you're going to be adding, which this is A2, there it is, you want A2 to be at the top, because you're going to put your fabric on here with a 1/4 inch seam there, which is your seam allowance, right? And yes, it's going to hang down. But remember, once you finish sewing, you're going to flip it over. So once you do that, the pretty side is going to be over here, and that's why you need to do that. And you're covering a piece that's above, so it's going to flip up. All right, so you're going to hold it with A2 to the top. You're going to take your number 2 fabric and you're going to move it to the back of the template, and you want the top of the fabric to be at least a 1/4 inch above the line that you are going to sew on, because that's your seam allowance. Okay, so now we're going to sew on that line between A1 and A2. You want to make sure that your stitch length, y'all, I use 1.2. Don't leave it too big, because then that's exactly why people hate tearing the paper away, because the paper doesn't want to tear away. Well, because it's not perforated enough. Okay. I usually do a back stitch, but technically you really don't need to. I mean, your stitch is 1.2 millimeters. It's to 90, okay? So your thread's not coming out, all right? So just sew across. I think I do it because it's just habit, number 1, And I don't want to lose the habit for whenever I'm doing regular piecing. And it doesn't hurt to do it. It's just you don't need to. So if your machine automatically does it, which I think Bernina does, and I don't know what else, it's okay. I mean, you can do it. You just don't need to if you don't want to. Okay. Now, trim off all your extra threads. Keep it as clean as possible. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do are basically what your mantra should be is sew, trim, press. Sew, trim, press. Sew, trim, press. It's very methodical, okay? So I'm going to lay down my template. The piece that I just attached, like I just sewed on, is A2. So I want the A2 piece to be to the right side of the seam allowance because I'm right-handed. If you're left-handed, then you want A2 to be on the left side of the seam allowance, okay? Because you trim like this. I'm right-handed, I trim like this. So I'm going to put A2 to the right side of my seam allowance. Okay, so I'm going to fold the paper back on that seam allowance that I just sewed. You can lay your add a quarter ruler and then trim the excess beyond that. And now I'm going to press it. Okay, so I have my A1 and A2 sewed down, and that's what it looks like on the back. Okay, now I'm going to take number 3, and so I'm going to put number 3 towards the top. All right, so like this, and then I'm going to take fabric number 3. I'm going to hold it pretty side to me. I'm going to move it to the back of the template, and I'm going to sew that down. I want to have it at least a 1/4 inch above the line I'm going to sew on, which is my seam allowance. And I just, like, I move my needle by hand on my little dial thing. I don't know what you're supposed to call that. And I use an open tote foot so I can see exactly where my needle's going down. And I put it right at the beginning. And then I can sew. I'm going to trim my threads. Oh, jelly bean. Scared the bejesus out of me, buddy. All right, now I'm gonna, I did that wrong. Move number 3. Oh, I sewed the wrong line. This is what happens whenever I'm trying to do this on camera. Jelly bean, you're in the way, buddy. Everybody can see your booty. Nobody wants to see kitty cat booty. It's all right. I'm gonna get it off there. No worries. It is a really tiny stitch, but it's really not that hard to get that off. I was like, why is that so close to the thing? Well, it's because I sewed down the wrong darn line. That's why. That's why. Oh, I have to get that first one trimmed and then I can just pull it down for the most part. And guys, I just don't know where my seam ripper is yet. I'm gonna find it, don't worry. But until then, this will work. Do 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 do. I think my eyes are not what they used to be either. Oh, here we go. There it goes. And a very shiny nose. And if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. Almost done. Okay. So let's try this again. Oh, goodness gracious. Now, if you do, sometimes if you make like a couple of mistakes and you'll have like the paper will get perforated so that it tears, all you need to do is put washi tape down. Washi tape will not gum your needle. Washi tape will not burn under your iron. All of that. So washi tape, okay? And you just need to put a little piece there just so that it holds it until you're done, and then it doesn't matter after that. Do I think it's important to have a seam roller when making FPP? I think that's a personal decision. I personally like when I get my seams as flat as a pancake, like right from the beginning, because I just like that look better. I think that, and this is just my opinion, maybe, you know, and also it depends on what you want it to look like. Sometimes if you, I just personally don't think that a seam roller is going to get it flat enough. That's me. So if you use a seam roller and you're fine with how your project looks when it's done, then keep using the seam roller. I mean, I don't think there's any rules in quilting. I really don't. And not in FPP. Well, I mean, there are some rules, but you know what I mean. There's a whole lot of things where it's totally a personal preference. And that's how I feel about seam rollers. I think they're cute, especially that Violet Craft one. I wouldn't mind having one, but I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to like put it somewhere and look at it and go, oh, it's so pretty. So that's just me, you know. So I say do you. If you like the seam roller, and you think that it's not worth your time to press every time, then do you. It's okay. I think it's fine. As for me, I'm gonna be ironing it every time, but that's just me. Yeah, I know. Washi tape is amazing. Let's see. Hi, Kathleen. Okay, so let's try this again, right? I'm gonna have it pretty side to me, number 3 to the top, and I'm gonna actually sew the correct line this time. At least I hope so, because I have actually made the same mistake twice in a row. That's when you know it's time to go to bed. Okay, so I'm going to sew I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the other direction though, because I think I got that one part might have gotten torn a little too much, or it's right at that point. I'd rather not do that. Okay, here we go. Oh, cool. I'm glad you like the Vlogmas. Yes, I like Colorado. Used to it, that's all. No biggie. Okay, so I did my trimming. Now I'm going to turn number 3 to the right. I'm going to fold over on that line, do my trim. And now I'm going to press it. I'm not sure I'm liking how this looks, I'll be honest. I know I'm only on piece number 3, and I think I'm gonna keep doing it this way just so that I can get the overall feel. But I might want to actually like mix the red and the blue. If I decide to do that, I'll tell y'all. We're gonna see how this first one comes out. But you see how like there's just, I don't know, for me, there's just not enough change in value. But we'll see. We'll see how it comes out. I'm not gonna just give up. Okay, so the next piece for the tree, this is going to be one of those where it could be kind of like a funky angle, right? Because I cut my piece of fabric to go like right over there. So what you'll do is you will fold it over. Now, of course, it's going to fold nice right now because I put that, I stitched down the wrong line. But anyway, you'll just fold it pretty much right there. Now, you're not going to be able to see it in the camera, okay? But I can see where the lines are. I mean, the paper's not that thick. I can see it. Yeah, I can see where it is, okay? So all I know is I want my piece of fabric to cover it there. All right, so I know that I'm going to be sewing on that piece. So I'm just going to take the fabric and I am going to, let me make sure I'm doing it the right way. I'm so used to like, this goes to the top, fold it down, you know, that kind of thing. All right, so the 4 is to the top. I'm going to fold it down. And then I know that the fabric is going to go to the other side. It's going to be the same thing. You want to make sure that your 1/4 inch seam allowance is in there, okay? And it is, that's fine. And I also want to make sure that I can see it. I know you guys can't, but you want to make sure that little piece of pizza thing is covered by the piece that's hanging down in the back right there, right? And it is. So now, without thinking about anything, I am just going to unfold that and sew it right on that line right there. I know it's correct because I just did my little test. We get into more, you can, if you're in Piecing It Real, I actually have a video where I show you and you can play it back like a million times if you want to make sure that you understand what I'm saying. But that's basically how you do it. Okay. Now I'm going to trim my thread. And I'm going to move A4 to the right side because I'm right-handed. And then I'm going to trim. And press. Okay, so if you see, I mean, like this seam allowance is flat as a pancake, and that's what I like. I don't like it to be puffy in any way. So, but it's totally personal, up to you. You can do whatever you like. Promise, I'm not gonna come and get you. Um, okay, and then you can see that that entire little pizza piece is like totally covered by the fabric. It's fine. And actually, now that I'm actually doing it, I don't really think that there's, I don't think that there's a real funky angle to it, to be honest. You could probably just put it right down there as long as your fabric isn't too small. Yeah, I'm gonna have to see if I can't come up with my own lyrics like, I like flat seams and I cannot lie. I haven't had time to come up with lyrics, I have to tell you. But I will someday when I have time to concentrate on my music career. Y'all, I have a feeling that this piece is not going to live because I'm just not liking that there's like no contrast whatsoever. It just doesn't it's not turning out the way I would want it to. So, I think that when we come back next week, you're going to see I'm going to have something totally different. And you know what? That's okay. It's okay to decide that you don't like something. Especially because I don't know, I like taking chances sometimes with like how something's gonna look, and you really just don't know. At least in my opinion, I just feel like I have to see it. I've said like a million times, I am so visual, and I have to kind of like see it in its place. Um, so I think that I'm gonna have like something different going on next week. Oh, are you guys talking about FPP thread? Yes, I use 80 weight in my bobbin and in my um, top stitching. However, I've actually started using Decobob in my, is it Decobob? No, I'm using is it Invisifil? I'm just learning all the names of the different threads with Wonderfil. But whatever the 100 weight is. So I've been putting 100 weight in my bobbin and then 80 weight in the top thread. The thinner the thread you use, the less FPP, because sometimes there are some seams that come together and there'll be a whole lot of fabric and thread coming together in that one spot. So the smaller you can make it, the better. See, I just, isn't it, to me, it's just looking like a hot mess. I don't, you're not getting the benefit of all of the different fabrics that can be coming in there. That's my opinion. Um, okay, so Dawn says, since you discovered magic juice, do you still use your poplar pressing stick? Absolutely. Oh yeah. So whenever I'm joining pieces in FPP, I press open. And then after I press it open, I magic juice it and then press and make it nice and flat. So yes, I still use my, I mean, I have like one pressing stick that I have right here. I don't know where I moved it, but I have one here and I have one for the other one. And, you know, yeah, I've got pressing sticks all over the place. I love my pressing stick. Gina says, I agree with you about the white fabric. The place it goes is too small for the print. You bet that my retreats are a hoot. Heck yeah, they are. I guarantee you guys, listen, what you get on YouTube, that's me. Tracy says, I think a solid would help. See, for me, I think that the colors are too alike. Because I've done New York beauties where I just pop like really different, like crazy colors, especially with like rainbow and all this kind of stuff. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change my mind and like just go crazy with it is what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna you'll see. Coffee. In fact, I'm thinking, you know what? Maybe I just can kind of think about what would I want to change it to? You know what would be really great is like a variety of Allison glass, or I just finished buying all of the mineral Tula Pink True Colors because I love that mineral print. So I got all the different colors. That would be nice. That would be nice. And then for the background, I would use something black and white. Like I have that new Fleur Noir. That might be nice. What to do, what to do. See, sometimes this can be like the most fun part. Yes, it needs contrast. Oh, no, it's definitely not too late, Dawn, because look, I mean, I have a second copy right here. This was supposed to be for my blue one. But I can just make one and yep. Okay, let me see here. I might be able to do something really cool with the Allison Glass cross stitch, or I forget what she calls them, but anyway, I got that right here. Let's see, let me pull this out. And I even have some of her, ooh, that might be really pretty. See, okay, so I have all of this, right? And there's the white with the hot pink on it. There's the white with the black on it. And then I also have this one. I think this might be a great background. All right. Change of plans. I'm going to put that over there. Let me just cut this real quick. I need to also find like my paper scissors. I do usually do it with rotary cutter. But if I'm sitting right here with you guys and I want to hurry up and do this, I need to have a pair of paper scissors. These are my kitchen scissors, so that's fine. I'm not worried about that. I've got these down here because for like opening boxes and stuff. Okay. And since I'm sitting here with y'all, I'm just going to cut my pieces one at a time, which is not something I normally would do. But for here, I think it'll be fine. So let me see. I'm going to put it, I think I'm going to put them in this order even. I'm going to do, let me scooch this down. Is this, I've got them turned backwards. Okay, so I'm going to put those down there. I think I'm going to do I want that one first. I think I want this one on the bottom. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to do this one first. And it's a fat quarter, I think. Well, it was something. Doesn't matter. Okay, so just going to cut a piece. And you can tell that I use Allison glass and everything else for FPP because I just cut. That's what I do. Okay, that's my one. And then my number 2 is going to be this one. How far down should I go? Let's go there. Okay, number 1. Number 2. This is going to make me immensely happier anyway. At least for New York Beauty. I still love that fabric. I mean, I wouldn't have bought it if I didn't love it. Just don't think it's right for this project. Oh, are you guys talking about the pressing stick? No, I don't think the reds are working. At least not for me. It was looking like this. And I don't think there's enough contrast. It's not working for me. So I've changed to Allison glass. And you know, I think what I might do is like I might take two of the corners and use cross stitch, and then the other two corners use something else that's like crazy. Like, I don't know if I have any Anna Maria Horner. Of course, I'm gonna have to make sure that the colors, you know, blend together well, but yeah. Okay, so next is, oh my, I have to fold this back up. It's gonna make me crazy if I don't. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, but I can't stand having it just lay in there like that. Okay. Now this one. Huh, have I really not used this one yet? Shocking. Come on, it loves each other. They don't want to come apart. All right, number 3. It's gonna be like that and right here. I'll cut off my selvage. All right. Yeah, I won't forget Jim at the airport. He'd be really mad. And I can't blame him. Thankfully, the airport's only like 15, 20 minutes from here. So what he'll usually do is he'll call me when the plane lands, and then I just run over there and get him. I still want to be off the call by the time he's going to call, though, because I don't want to be like, oh, gotta go, and then run. Yeah, that would be crazy. I don't want to do that. What's the matter, JB? You know that you're like the most spoiled cat on the planet, right? Do you know that? Yeah, you know it. Well, at least you know it. Yeah. You know he wants a snack. You know, because I don't feed him enough. He's like wasting away over here. Okay, next. Let's see. JB, you are loved, baby. You have no idea. Oop. I'm sewing for another 30 minutes. And then, if I'm done, you can have a snack, okay? Yeah. He's a little nutball, I'm telling you. He's a little nutball. You are. You gonna say hey to everybody? Yeah, you gonna say hey? Tell everybody that Mama starves you. Gosh, it's probably been at least an hour and a half since you ate something. I know. It's terrible. Okay. You see, this is what he does. He tries to annoy me so that I'll get up and go feed him. Because if I'm annoyed enough, I'll do it. He'll come and he'll walk in front of me while I'm sewing, or I'll be trying to press something and he jumps up there and tries to walk, and I'm going, this is a great way for you to get your butt burned. And he's right, because usually I will. I'll just go and feed him just so he'll leave me alone. I saw my name. Oh, you guys talking about this. Denise, yes, we will be working on this next Friday for sure. And at least the next one, I'm sure. I'm sure it's going to be at least 3 weeks that we're going to be working on this. Oh, you know what? I'm not thinking about the... Hold up. I don't think I want this here. I'm not thinking about my background. See, this is what happens whenever you change your protocol right in the middle of everything. Because normally this is not how I would have done that. Yeah, right? Sherry, you're so funny. Hmm. Okay, I think I'm going to take this piece off because I want to put a background right here. And I am thinking about number one, probably should have been a background too, but that's okay. I'm not going to worry about it. But I think I want to change this to the background because I was not thinking. I'm used to just not having to think by the time I'm sewing. But I'll still be able to use this piece again, so I'm not worried. We can use it on the next, it'll probably be my next placement. I probably should have done number one as my background too, so we'll have to see. And here's another thing that I can address now that you guys are seeing me take pieces apart like twice tonight. Listen, I don't like to use seam ripper or little scissors because I can't find my darn seam ripper any more than the next guy. But I think we all just, or not we all, but there are a lot of people kind of like think that there's something wrong with them if they're having to use the seam ripper again or something like that. Y'all, that's what we have the seam rippers for, right? I mean, whenever I sit and I like, let's say I make like the same mistake like 2 or 3 times in a row. Well, first of all, like I said, it's time to go to bed at that point. But I mean, that to me, there's always a reason to me, In this case, I just wasn't thinking. Just wasn't thinking. And I should have been thinking. And same with the other one. I just wasn't thinking. I wasn't really paying attention to what I was doing, obviously. And you know, a lot of FPP is just being in the moment, you know, just seeing what you're doing there. I need my little tweezer guys. So don't be so hard on yourself. I mean, that's what they're there for, really. That's why we have them. There's a lot of times where I'll just leave things because I'm like, I just don't feel like using it. I don't feel like having to restitch that all over again, or I don't feel like, you know, whatever. Not feeling that way right now. I kind of feel like I want to fix this. Okay, so I'm just going to save this for the next piece because I think that's where I'm going to pop up with the colors again. I am pretty anal retentive, you guys. So you really don't have to pull all these little things out if you don't want to. This is just me. I just like it to be clean when I'm going to go to use it for the next one. That's all. It's not a big deal. Okay, that's good enough. So I'm going to put that there, and I'm going to put this guy. I'm going to put this background piece. Okay. Actually, I think these might be half-yard cuts. Eek. Okay. Seriously, do y'all hear him? I mean, you would swear that he has not eaten in a year or something. I start wondering if he's got a tapeworm. Jelly Bean, you got a tapeworm, buddy? I hope not. Those are not fun. At least I've heard they're not a lot of fun, buddy. No. Yes. Thank you, Sherry. Okay. Next piece. Let's do this one again. Oh, goodness. Okay. Here we go. Oh, you liking the colors? Oh, good. Me too. Y'all see he's sitting behind me now. He feels like if he can push me out of the chair, he's going to get his snack. Oh, Jelly Bean. I love you, baby. I do. You have no idea. Mommy love you so much. Oh, yeah. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that first one that technically should have been. We're done. And at the other end, I can do something like that too. So it looks intentional. Okay. So see there. It'll look better once I get more on there, but that's definitely going to be, that's what I want. I want it to do like that. Okay, next. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Mary Jane. I'll just do the same on the other side, and then it'll look real intentional. Alrighty. And this guy. Jelly Bean, do you know any Christmas carols? Do you know, like, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then how the reindeer loved him as they shouted out with glee, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history. What does your shirt say? Oh. Yep, you got it. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oops. Could probably just leave this one out. Oh, Rudolph? Frosty the Snowman. I don't know that I would know all the words. Was a jolly, happy soul with a corncob pipe and a button nose and 2 eyes made out of coal. He is literally like camping out on my back. He's such a nutball. Jelly Bean, how much of a nutball you are? You're such a little nut back there. Oh, I don't know what Rose Garden is. Okay. I probably missed. Oh, see, I missed the whole play on Lynn Anderson's song Rose Garden. Okay, I wouldn't know that. Hey, Yvette, have you heard the updated Jolene song by Chapel Heart? I haven't. You can have him, Jolene. That's probably what I would say. Apparently, Dolly and Kelly Clarkson like did like a little different version of 9 to 5. I'm gonna have to look that up. Working 9 to 5, what a way to make a living, baby. Getting by, it's all taken and no giving. You just lose your mind and they never give you credit. It's enough to drive you crazy if you let it. 9 to 5. See? I think that's looking better. This definitely should have been a background, but thanks, Nancy. But I think that's better. Okay. Okay, let's see. And into there. And did I squish you, boo? I'm sorry. I really have no problem with you sitting in my back like that. It's okay. I feel like I'm flying off the chair, but you know, it's all right. It's all good. Come on. Y'all, I haven't even made my day 2 video for Vlogmas. And I'm not going to be able to do it until I come back from picking Jim up at the airport. Hopefully I'll just get it posted before midnight. It'll still be the same day. Because I'm sure he's also going to want to go and like get something for dinner. I just know it. Hey, Jackie. You're going to have to go back and watch the replay. You have no idea the stuff you missed. Was out partying, no booze? Well, that's no fun. I live in Denver, Corey. Oh, that's all it's going to be, Sherry. I haven't made any other kind of plan yet, so yeah. I'm not really sure if I'll even have time to do anything else other than that. in the openings. I don't know. I'm sure I'll do some other stuff. It depends on like what happens. Like I ordered the Bloomery box and I just got that today, so I might like open that. Do something like that, maybe. Or I might just make it into a separate video. Who knows? Where am I on time? Okay, yeah, I could do another one for sure. At least one more. And let's see. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Oh, yes. I will definitely next week show curves. We will get into it quick. I'll be here too. I mean, unless something happens, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I will be here next Friday. Okay. I know, Sherry, I'm stopping now. Okay, so there you go. That's where I'm at right now. Super happy with this. Way more than the other one. um, okay, so let me just pop back over here with this other camera. Okay, guys, so I am going to close for the night so that I can go pick up the hubby at the airport and, you know, also snack the cats before I go because, well, that wouldn't be fun. Yeah, isn't it great? I'm definitely really liking this. I mean, I wish I had done background right here, but it's okay. I think that I'm going to do the same on the other side. It'll look more intentional, and I think it's going to be okay. It always is. It's fine. Everything's just great. It's peachy. Okay, so I will see you guys next week. I will be here on Wednesday, and I have decided to sort of change up what I'm doing on Wednesdays. I have no idea what I'm going to do yet. Y'all know I just fly by seat of my pants. But I will be doing something different, something FPP next Wednesday. I'll be sure to let all of you guys know. And then next Friday, we'll be working on this Christmas New York Beauty, which is now turning into an Allison Glass New York Beauty, at least for moi. And I would love to see your progress. So if you guys want to post on Facebook or on Instagram, if you can just, I know in the pattern, I've put a hashtag. If you guys can hashtag it so that I know I see it and I'll be able to do it. Another thing is, I've been trying to get this started with the Feature Friday, and I didn't have any more submissions. So I did send an email out to see if you guys could send me pictures of some of the things that maybe you made with me. That would be wonderful, guys. I want to showcase y'all. People see my stuff all the time. That's fine. But I'd really love for everybody to see what you're doing. If you're in Piecing It Real, that would be great too. Just to say, hey, you know, look at what I did. Okay, so I'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much. Please make sure you're subscribed. And I'll also see you for Vlogmas. Keep your eyeballs peeled for that. Mwah! Bye, guys.